Welcome back to another episode of 40 Facts About the 40K Universe. I am your host, Gershwan, and you are watching One Mind Syndicate. Today we continue talking about the assassins of the Imperium as we get into some really badass stories of individual assassinations. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. We post Warhammer 40K content every single day, and if you have any suggestions, just comment down below. But with that said, let's get into 40 facts on the assassins of the Imperium. Imperial assassins are precious resources of the Imperium of Man. While the Imperial Guard and Imperial Navy is sent off on campaign after campaign, the deployment of an assassin is reserved for only the direst of threats. And so when an assassin is dispatched, its inescapable fury sparks awe-inspiring rumors and legends. That is what occurred when a Calidus assassin was assigned the target of the firstborn child of the dangerously self-centered planetary governor, Thygnus van Sprach. The governor's antics and rebellious nature sparked anger amongst the administratum, so much so that the High Lords of Terra were made aware of his potential betrayal. Disguising herself as the infant's primary nurse, known as a matron vigilis in the Imperium, she gained access to the governor's child. The assassin remained hidden in plain sight as she took care of the infant. She was awaiting the right time to strike. Finally, when the child was left to the sole care of the fake nurse, the assassin widened her jaw and made ample room in her stomach with polymorphine drugs and swallowed the princeling whole. Under the cover of her false occupation, the assassin was able to walk past the elite palace guards without so much a whisper of resistance. She carried the prize in her belly to her master before regurgitating it whole, crying but safe. Picked skull footage of the kidnapping and the whereabouts of his child were sent back to the planetary governor. Faced with fear for the safety of his child, the governor fell back into the Imperial fold within weeks. A significant anecdote told by Imperial adepts to demonstrate the power of the Imperial assassin is the tale of Orthwa Thoreau, assassin of the Venenum Temple. She was dispatched to assassinate the renegade governor, Yawel of Mauritia, whom sparked an open rebellion against the ecclesiarchy, and was attempting to recruit support from other Imperial worlds unhappy with Imperial rule. During transit to the rebel planet, the starship was caught in a warp rift. The powers of the warp caused an anomaly that essentially held the vessel in temporal stasis for 698 standard years. Not knowing that this had occurred, the assassin proceeded to her target, only to find Yawel, the rebellious governor, long since dead, but successful in gaining and defending his planet's independence from the ecclesiarchy. In the governor's place was an anti-imperial democratic committee consisting of over 1,000 members. Understanding that the committee must be destroyed in order to secure the planet for the Imperium, the assassin's mission changed from killing one man to a group of 1,000 heavily guarded individuals. The assassin only succeeded in killing the committee members after spending 3 solar days poisoning all the chairs in the council's auditorium prior to a meeting of the full committee. The story of this assassination has been made known to almost all highborns to ensure their understanding that there is no escaping the Emperor's judgment. Another notable tale told to any highborn with the slightest rebellious nature and the belief that they can outsmart Imperial authority is the story of the Stargazer's demise. The progressive astrologer, Lena's Skard, is marked for death before his heretical discoveries shake the Imperial creed any further. The Vindicar assassin, Erasmus Mentz, hangs upside down from a promethium relay pipe for 6 solar days, awaiting his prey, only to realize that his prey is aware of his pursuit and has holed up inside his observatory. The assassin abandons his plan and instead climbs to the highest spire of the hive, knowing that it's only a matter of time before the glint of Skard's scrying scope appears. Sure enough, as the planet's moon is bisected by the spire, a tall tale flash from Skard's observatory appears. The assassin is able to put a shot through the telescope's lens and into the eye socket of the stargazer behind it. Unfortunately, even with these rumors of the Emperor's hidden knives, highborns are naive enough to rebel against the Imperium, like on the planet of Orlenza Triards, who severed its ties from the Imperium, hoping for better trade terms. The planetary governor, at the head of the rebellion, took counsel to eradicating Imperial martial authority, and tricks his Adeptus Arbitus into quelling a prison break that turns out to be a carefully crafted ambush, placing the arbitrators under lock and key alongside those same criminals they had arrested. Word reaches the Imperium, and 2 regiments of Imperial Guard are sent to intervene. The aristocrats at the heart of the rebellion muster their forces and attack, only to find that their chief military advisor, a vulgar but effective mercenary known as Lecard, was not who they thought he was. The planet's forces find their defense to be extremely ineffective, and they are surrounded and cut off within a solar week. When Lecard's airtight cell is open, it is found to contain only a set of discarded clothes and a scythe-skin-clad Calidus assassin, crouching like a hyperfeline, ready to pounce. The assassin cuts a swath through the planet's nobility before disappearing without a trace. The Adeptus Mechanicus have also utilized assassins to quell schisms within their numbers. For example, when a Lupercae cult arose within their ranks, they were a body of heretics that worship the interstitial substance that keeps the universe running smoothly. All 12 of the senior techno-magi gathered around a black and shimmering pool of argan oil, anointing themselves with a mixture of war virgin blood and boiling grease as they declared open war on their former brethren. A slick black devil burst from the pool's depths when the Eversor assassin sent to slay them reveals himself. Within moments, every one of the Lupercae cult is slain. Their Skitarii legions attack nonetheless, but without leadership, they are quickly defeated by their loyalist counterparts. Assassins have also been employed to destroy Xeno threats, like when the petite but fearsome Calidus assassin, Militia Scarvelli, infiltrated Big Mac Oil Guzzler's workshop in a guise of a Gretchen slave creature. Just as the Oil Guzzler launches his Death Dread horde at the Space Marines protecting Hive Imperator, Scarvelli recovers her phase sword from its hidden place in a nearby stack of scrap metal and attacks. Though it takes her almost a full solar minute to do so, she hacks the Big Mac into fist-sized chunks before overloading his force field generator and bringing the stomping advance of the Death Dread mob to a grinding halt. Another Orc threat destroyed was when the Orc warlord, Urak the Unstoppable, was on the verge of completing his Gargant and launch a wall into the Vondiak sector, when a Vindicar assassin sends a bullet into the reactor core of the giant effigy. The thing catches fire and then explodes spectacularly, killing not only Urak himself, but also the vast majority of the mechs in his employ. The WOG was halted before it even began, putting the lie to Orgak's self-imposed title and plunging the surviving orcs into a bloody civil war. The assassins have also been known to be the only tools capable of eradicating highly defended threats, such as when the Word Psychers of the 122nd Vostrayan Firstborn came across a difficult warp translation as a gestal entity of terrifying psychic power. Reveling in their new abilities, they rise up against the ranks of their former comrades and enslave every one of them to their bloodthirsty desires. When the regiment arrives on the planet, they set about the murder of the populace. The Hammers of Dorn are sent on a planetfall mission to destroy the threat, but the powers of the Psychers are so swollen that the Space Marine attack is repelled with terrifying ease. Only when the Calixtus assassin known as the Revoker is unleashed into the Vostrayan ranks does the threat lose its power. Flopping back to Earth as weak as newborns, they are killed to a man by the Vostrayan bayonets, even before the Revoker can close with his target to finish the job. And those were 40 facts on the Imperial assassins. I hope you found this entertaining. My favorite story is the very first one with swallowing the baby whole. It's just cool, grim, dark, scary, because it shows you that the ecclesiarchy is willing to do anything to maintain control. If you listen, well, like the first 3 stories are basically saying that these planets found a better way to govern themselves, but the ecclesiarchy wouldn't do it, and now the assassins are out there destroying. And of course, assassins, even though they're human, they don't really act like humans. They're very, very abnormal, very like just alien Xenos. To be able to swallow a baby whole and then just regurgitate them back out, that's insane to me. It's good fluff though, fluff that I'm going to use when I'm writing the horrible realities of an Imperial assassin, because can you imagine the just the pain that assassin had to withstand to break their jaws, and in order to swallow a baby, your chest cavity must have had to expand, no matter how small the baby was. But yeah, I'm gonna explore all that lore when I create that video. If If you guys have any suggestions for other topics of Warhammer 40K, don't forget to comment down below. And again, thank you guys so much for listening. It's because of you that we can continue to create Warhammer 40K lore. You 40K fans are awesome, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. This was Gersh1 with One Mind Syndicate signing out.